very quickly.
Yeah, so the pitch,
so,
angle,
the
style.
pitch, yeah. What is your angle? What's different about your story? And I'd say for you, it's going to be that human interest, that person that is at the heart of the story, that is affected by the story.
Yeah.
So you've got to really get people on your side when you do your interviews and explain to them.
Yeah.
You might not be able to film all in one day, especially if it's a topic like autism. So explain that you're going to need a bit more time, and that it's not just a case of going and interviewing. You've got to film. You've got to film people doing things, whatever that is, whether that's walking the dog, feeding the dog, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got to decide what strand, what is the programme, what's the outlet for this particular documentary, because that will determine what you film, how you film it, how you present it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to think about your target audience. Why is your target audience going to be interested in this story? And that will shape how you put it together as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my other question very quickly about the blog, like should we start it now?
Oh yeah, I would start your blog straight away, and it doesn't matter even if you were to change your story idea, because the blog is about the production process.
Yeah.
So you start, you know, the first one might be have a look at what they've done already on Buzz, the other students, because they talked about who they were. They were final year students at Bournemouth University working on a project on blah blah blah, and then they just talked about their actual process of going through the blog. So the first one might be, right, I've set up this blog, now I'm going to start to do some research and look for the key people. And don't forget what I said about social media.
Yeah.
You can what the other students did last year was that they created new Twitter profiles specifically related to the topic. So if you're going to do autism, it could be I don't know, Bournemouth Student Autism Project or whatever you want to call it. And then what they did was they looked around Twitter and started following people who were in conversations about autism. And that's how some of the, it wasn't autism last year, but that's how the students, some of them got really, really good case studies for their stories.
Yeah.
Because people were online already talking about it. I'm pretty sure that if you start looking around on social media, you'll see there's a conversation out there already.
And should the blog be on WordPress or?
I think the university has an option. Yeah, WordPress. We have a WordPress option, but you can link it to your Buzz page.
So, like, the final thing should be on Buzz?
So, let's go to Buzz and I'll show you what they did last year, and then that'll make it a lot clearer. So, go to Documentaries 2017. So, who did I work with? So, I worked with this student. So, if you look at the front page, there's all these documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with Molly, and it's actually radio. So as you can see on the front page, there's her featured image. So you just click on that, and here's Molly's page. So she just talks a little bit about, it's almost like an intro. There's her radio documentary, which you can listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was her profile, and look, behind the scenes the production process. Just click on that, and you can see her blog.
Yeah.
And in there, you see she's just gone through various little elements. Nearly finished editing process, December update, ethical considerations. So anything that comes up, it might be. There's always a conversation about autism on the radio, always. Every few weeks, I'm tweeting a friend of mine who has a daughter with autism. I say they're having that conversation again. So there's always something. So do be mindful of what's going on in the media, radio, TV, online, related to your story, because it might change the direction. It might be that the government makes an announcement about funding for children with autism, and it might affect the funding for dogs and autism, you know, that particular project. So you never know. So keep your ears, eyes open for stories that are related to your topic, because then that can go into your blog, that can also go into your justification. So, but do look on Buzz for previous projects, so you can see the way that they've laid them out. And it might be that you think, oh, actually, I don't like that particular layout. You can get a better layout. It just needs to be nice and clear and give us an idea of the production process, and that you include different elements. So it might be that you do a series of interviews for your documentary and they can't all fit on, because when you come to do the editing, you think, oh, actually, that doesn't really fit in. But what they've got to say is really interesting, so you link it on the blog so that people can link, and then make sure that you link back to your documentary. And the same with social media. You can be highlighting little clips on social media, and then your followers can link to your blog and then link through to your documentary. And it's just a process. But yeah, I would certainly, try social media as well to see what are people saying about this topic, because I'm sure there's a discussion. You'll probably find that better organisations as well, and people who are willing to take part in a documentary.
Yeah.